Ruth meets Boaz. Now Naomi had a relative on her husband's side from the clan of Elimelech, a man of standing, whose name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said to Naomi, "Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftover grain behind anyone whose eyes I find favor." Naomi said to her, "Go ahead, my daughter." So she went out and began to glean in the fields behind the harvesters. As it turned out, she found herself working in a field belonging to Boaz, who was from the clan of Elimelech. So remember, under the law, under the commands, when you had harvest and you had your servants, your servers, your family, your men servants, maid servants, whoever was gleaning, or not gleaning, but whoever was harvesting in the fields, their purpose was to harvest what they could, but not to glean it, not to take every single last bit of what you've grown. And so it was custom for the poor, for the needy, the widow, for the elderly, whoever's in need, to go in a field that's being harvested and do the gleaning, do picking what's left, because not everything should have been picked. That was left for, again, the widow, the poor, etc. And so that's what she was doing. And what we're finding out is that Boaz was part of Naomi's family, and he was a wealthy person because this was all of his land. And he also, we'll get to know that Boaz was more mature and aged as well. So, but that's getting ready to come. So Naomi, it was kind of interesting because they didn't know exactly that. They didn't know that this was part of Naomi's family. So let's continue to read. Just then, Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord be with you." Amen. The Lord be with you. And truly, the Lord be with you. "The Lord bless you," they called back. Amen again. The Lord bless you. Boaz asked the foreman of his harvesters, "Whose young woman is that?" The foreman replied, "She is the Moabitess who came back from Moab with Naomi. She said, 'Please let me glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvesters.' She went into the field and has worked steadily from morning till now, except for a short rest in the shelter." So Boaz said to Ruth, "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with my servant girls. Watch the field where the men are harvesting and follow along after the girls. I have told the men not to touch you. And whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink from the water jars the men have filled." At this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She exclaimed, "Why have I found favor? Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Boaz replied, "I've been told all about you. I've been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and your mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge." A lot just went through my mind. I'm going to read a part and see so you can understand what I'm getting ready to say. Okay. "I've been told all about you, what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and your mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. The major thing that popped in my head: immigration, immigrants, refugees, all of the above. People, what we have to understand is sometimes people immigrate or leave for they leave for multiple, all kinds of reasons, different areas, whether it be just because they want to, just because they feel like there's an opportunity somewhere else. Sometimes it's because they have to, they're forced to. Sometimes it's because they're in undue hardship that they can't control. Sometimes it's in hardships that they may or may have not even created. And so there's all kinds of reasons: illnesses, lack of, all kinds of things that, or wanting more, wanting to do more, or wanting to produce more, or wanting to help other people. There's all kinds of reasons for immigrants, immigrations, and then refugees. As we know, refugees typically are leaving oppression or hardships, and so, or war torn. And so all throughout, we're supposed to, part of the love, love your neighbor, we're supposed to love each other and understand that people, whether you are the person or you know of somebody or you see a situation of that, of immigration, of refugee and such. We are to take a person in, and through that you show them love, and they may or may not know. Like in this case, Ruth was not originally having a relationship with the Lord, but she's seeing over and over and over again people who may be a representation of how love is supposed to be. And she's seeing that. She's understanding that there's a living God, and that these people are blessed. And even her mother-in-law is blessed. And so she's feeling that. She's seeing that. She's feeling that. And she's wanting more. She's wanting to know more. And so we can already see that she is being utilized. And she's also being blessed by the Lord. And that lets us know about past and present, that when times are tough or when things happen, it's okay for those things. It's okay. It's for immigration. It's okay to have refugees and such, to help each other out. And then, of course, getting, helping with the problems, whatever problems there may be, if there's a request for help. Because that's part of love, helping one another. So there's quite a bit here. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?